So remember last week when we had a serious talk? So get ready for round 2 of the serious talk. If people didn't act so crazy, we wouldn't have to talk about them. Anyway, okay, so here's the situation. On Monday of this week, it was extremely cold in the Midwest and really all over the place. It was really, really cold. And a lot of high schools and other schools and businesses and things closed because it was really cold. But on Sunday night, we got an email from the chancellor at the university saying that classes would go on as normal and that everybody was expected to report to work, that we were not having a snow day. And so, in excellent fashion, some of our students went on Twitter and started tweeting and posting these really horrible things, not just about the university and this decision, but specifically targeting our chancellor, who happens to be an Asian American woman. Which, that fact in and of itself is very unique because she is the very first and only Asian American woman to hold such a high ranking position. Like, she has the highest ranking position of any Asian American woman on a university campus. So it was kind of historic when she got the job. But our students didn't really care, or some of them. So they were posting on Twitter under the hashtag like F Phyllis, because that's her first name, and saying things like really just horrible things that sort of saying, well, she can't be held accountable for her actions because she's a woman, or saying really racist things like comparing her to like the North Korean dictator, or saying things like she is running the campus like communist China, which I find to be, if you're going to be stupid and racist, you might want to figure out what nation of origin the chancellor really is, not just assuming that she's every kind of Asian, you know. And so these things, and it was very sad and very embarrassing to have people immediately go to such a hateful place and saying that. And then some of the things that were being said were kind of violent and really, really inappropriate. And so this story got picked up by the national news and sort of people being, so it got some media attention, and really was a poor reflection on the university that this is how our students behave because they couldn't get a snow day, which we've had snow days in the past, and those are more when it is dangerous for staff and people to sort of travel to the university. It seems like it wasn't snowing on Monday. I mean, it was just really cold. And so you have to bundle up, and if you're going to be walking places, and we have, the students have free bus service, so you could take a bus across campus if you needed to, or whatever. And you're all grown adults. You make the decision to go to class or not go to class every single day. So for far less reasons other than it's cold, it could be like, I don't feel like it. My favorite soap is on, or I need to watch Maury, or, I want to eat a burrito instead of going. So it's just a decision that you have to make in life. If it's too cold to go outside, don't go to class, don't go. That's your choice that you have to make. Just like it's a choice to make horribly racist statements, but there's probably going to be a consequence for that. But one of my friends on Facebook he's like, okay, so everybody is having a fit that it's too cold to walk to class, but guaranteed that it wouldn't have been too cold to walk to the bars had classes been canceled. You would have taken your happy self down to the bar, but it's too cold for you to go to class. So it's just really, it was unfortunate that, and I don't know, I didn't really think that it would have been appropriate to cancel classes on Monday. It was just cold. None of the other schools, the other Big Ten schools did not cancel, and they had colder weather, or the same weather as we did, so it's not we didn't need to cancel school. Goes back to being an adult. But, so, this reminded me of our previous serious talk about the culture of hate and violence that is sort of fostered on our campus, or other campuses or things, that this is such a, that immediately the attacks were made against this woman, and they were so sexist and racist. So that's kind of the problem. And so today, the chancellor posted, she has a blog, and she was also asked, she's been interviewed quite a lot recently about this, and so she wrote a response article because she was asked to do so for this higher ed magazine or whatnot. And so she said some really important things, and she sort of, and the response from the campus at large has really been that this needs to become a teachable moment, and we need to talk about why, you know, that it's okay to disagree with the administration and the choices that they make. Like, that's fine, but when your reaction has nothing to do with that, and it really is just racist or hateful, you know, that's where it gets to be a problem, even though these statements are, like, they're protected under, that's your freedom of speech, but however, it's not really, people have the freedom to say a lot of things that they should not say, and so her response was really good in that she's kind of talking about, it worries me where we're on a campus where people, if they agree or disagree with me, they sort of disregard me as a person, and they only see me as like a woman or as an Asian person. And so her response was very good about how that culture is not appropriate of judging people based on that, and like using hateful language is not appropriate. So I'll put a link to the article that she wrote because it really was good. And I love the way that she ended it. She said that class was held on Monday, you know, regardless, and I hope that we all learned something from that day, which I hope too, because, I mean, we can all learn things about this is not an appropriate way to respond. You know, there are appropriate ways to disagree with people, and if your line of defense or your immediate attack of someone is something that they just can't help, you know, like if somebody were to have an argument with me and then all they had to tell me was, oh, well, you're just a dumb blonde. I mean, that's not okay. So be a little bit more intelligent with what you're doing and saying, and you know, use your brain more. Be a grown up. Treat people nicely. So anyway, it's been kind of it's been interesting, and I do wonder, you know, and then it goes back to sort of this culture that we have on our campus. And the U of I is not known for being very culturally sensitive. Anyway, I mean, we have a terrible reputation in that area, and so it's unfortunate that we're in the news now for yet again being stupid. So it's a little unfortunate, but I really did, and I don't know, and I mean, and I personally don't think that we should have had class or not had class or whatever. I mean, that's not even the issue. It's just that if you're upset with someone, that's not the way to respond. So it's no good. So I hope I'm with you, Phyllis. I hope that people learned something from what happened or whatever. Because it's not a good way to treat people at all. It's just, it doesn't serve any point. You just make yourself look stupid. It's a poor reflection on the university. Like, come on now. So anyway, so serious talk part 2. What is wrong with people on these campuses? All right. I hope you guys are having a lovely day, and I will see you later. Bye. Ooh, can't turn off the camera.